What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Take It to the House. My name is Zach. I'm joined with Thatcher and Elijah. We totally did not just go halfway through our episode and forgot to hit record. So
Halfway, right? We
halfway,
were almost
we
done.
were
Almost
almost done.
done.
But
All right, run
I
it
hope you
back,
guys
guys.
hope you guys had a great weekend. UEFA just wrapped up about an hour ago or two, and we're gonna go from the top again because I'm the idiot that forgot to start hit record. So
It happens.
it happens. So we're just gonna
The
jump right
fact,
into it.
hey, we've been through 62 episodes, and this is the first time this has
Mhm.
ever happened.
But
So
it's my fault too.
we
So
take it.
I
Well,
I
it's
take
our
full
fault too.
responsibility.
I mean, we could have seen it shows recording in the top left,
Yeah, it
but
does.
okay. Elijah, take us through Dortmund and PSG
Yep.
All
for
right.
the first time.
Yeah, this didn't happen already.
No,
No, not at all. Okay. So Dortmund won 1-0 off of a Mats Hummels header assisted by Julian Brandt. Uh, Aggregate was 2-0, and Dortmund are through to the Champions League final in Wembley. PSG had a total of 30 shots, and only five of them are on target, compared to Dortmund's seven shots and three on target. And PSG also has 70% possession, and
and
they
they
could
hit the
not
post like 10 million times.
Yep.
exactly, and they still could not uh, tie it up, which I'm honestly glad they couldn't because Haya Bebe. But yeah, so that's
It's
what
just kind
happened.
of crazy because like PSG had so many chances in both games because both games they were hitting the post and like missing sitters, and it's just like I don't know. Some days it's just not your day, but also like
Yeah,
it, you know, money doesn't buy trophies.
right.
Sometimes passion and support gets trophies more than money, and
Yep.
players. Uh, I think next year, honestly, PSG might be better without Mbappe. I just feel like maybe there's some sort of thing like block, like mental block of like they can't get over that hump with him. So maybe without him, they can get somebody of high quality too and help it shape the whole team
Mhm.
rather than just like feed Mbappe. Because there are some real holes in that PSG team. Their midfield is pretty atrocious.
Hmm.
Like, you
Literally.
know, how is like Fabian Ruiz your starter with, I mean, I can't even name their whole midfield because it's not even that good. So I think there's a lot of work to be done. I think it's awesome for Dortmund. And Jaden, I know Elijah's high on the Marco Royce redemption, which is definitely a top of the list because it'll be his last game for Dortmund. But
Yep.
I'm also high on the Jaden Sancho train because, United paid a lot of money for him and he didn't perform as well, but they also didn't give him, I feel like, a fair chance. They ship him out, and then he shows why he's like a Dortmund legend now. And
Right.
Dortmund have now made the final without Bellingham, Holland, or Pulisic or Dembele.
Yep.
They've sold all of those players, and now they're in the final. So
Yep.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that's all. Like it's a tale of two semifinals. For me, this semifinal shows the beauty of football, and the next semifinal shows like the
Absolute.
annoyingness of
Yep.
football.
Yeah. Going off PSG Dortmund real quick. Like I watched the second half because I was knocked out of sleep until 1 p.m. But yeah, like Thatcher said, like balls hitting the crossbar from everybody, and Ramos, for Pete's sake, could not hit a ball correctly and just shanked every kick. And I mean,
Yeah,
every score taker for PSG kind of shanked the ball, and they couldn't even score in 180 minutes total.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you go 180 minutes without scoring, Dortmund deserved to go through the final.
Right.
And you allow
That,
like 35-year-old Mats Hummels to win back-to-back player of the matches against
No, literally.
you.
Like you have Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Donnarumma, Nuno Mensch. Like the list goes on.
right.
And
Yeah.
Mats Hummels is the one who's being player of the match both games. Is crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, now to the annoying semifinal. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Real Madrid. Yep. Yep.
No,
Bayern.
no, you don't know what he's.
What are you doing?
So this is from this semifinal. So
Oh,
real quick before we get into the controversy, this is part of it. Mateus de Ligt, who scored the tying goal, what could have been the tying goal for Bayern Munich, said the linesman said to me, "I'm sorry, I've made a grave mistake." Mateus de Ligt after Bayern's Champions League semifinal defeat to Real Madrid.
wow.
So it's a real issue, man. But let's tell the tale in order of the time.
Okay,
Wow. That is crazy.
that is crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so scores first half. There was many chances for Madrid and Bayern Munich to score.
Yeah, I know. I was at the gym and I was texting both of you, but I was texting Zach mainly, and I'm like, it's been 10 minutes, and there have been like chances either side.
Mhm.
Like Neuer had to make some crazy saves, which he then made up for later by giving an absolute gift.
Mhm.
But some of those saves in the first half from Neuer, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and even same for Ludin. Like he
Barney
really,
looking mofo.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
he really stepped up in the first half, but after the second half kind of kicked off.
Dude,
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful goal by Alphonso Davies, by the way.
Yeah,
From the
Elijah and I were
left,
on the Discord, and Elijah and I both were like, "Oh my gosh, it was incredible! It was
yeah, literally
insane!"
from the corner of the left box to the right of the goal.
Yeah, like just curved it into the side wall of the
Yeah,
net. Oh my
and hit the
gosh,
post and went in.
that's his first Champions League goal, by the way,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's
and
like
could
what,
be against
40th?
his soon to be club.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but wasn't that like his 40th appearance for Champions League too, Alphonso Davies?
I think something high.
Yeah, something high.
I mean, he's one of the for those of you the real soccer buffs out there, he's the what to me, I don't know about you, Elijah. Let me know what you think when I say this. I think he's the reason that Bayern won the final against PSG in 2020.
I agree. I would
I
agree.
think he
Yeah.
locked up like that whole team. He was insane.
Yeah. I
Or at least a big part of it.
he was the main reason why, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. At like 21 at that time too.
Yeah.
Crazy. He's a stud. Vancouver Whitecaps. We love to see it.
But and then kind of some subbing goes on. Nacho fouled Kimmich on a corner
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
That
It was
was a
definitely
really
a foul.
yeah, it was definitely a foul.
Because
But
and what happened was the corner came in and Nacho literally shoved Kimmich in the face to the ground. The
mhm.
ball goes through where he's at, and then they score. Real Madrid score, and immediately the ref called it back,
Yeah,
like pretty quickly.
like
He had to go to VAR,
literally
but
walked
like it was
over,
pretty obvious.
and they're gonna call it an own goal too by Alfonso Davies.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't. It was so obviously a
It was
foul.
very obvious as a foul.
Like there are some missed calls to come here,
Mhm.
but if that one would have been given, wow, like that would have been Elijah and I when we were watching, we're like, that's a foul. It's done.
Yeah.
And you know that it's a clear foul when the ref went to the VAR monitor, literally looked for like one frame, turned around and was like, foul.
Yeah.
That rarely happens, by the way. VAR generally takes so long.
Mhm.
Well, at least in
Which
the Premier League.
which why? Why does it take so long, man?
Here's the thing. I think human error should be a part of the game. And I think
Yes.
that's what makes it so beautiful. If that was offsides, so or if something is offsides,
Right.
and they don't call it, and it's because it's minuscule, it's like this
Yeah.
little, who cares? If his
Well,
big toe is what's making him offsides, then
yeah.
I think,
Well, and I totally agree with you, Elijah. The one problem is now that we have VAR, I don't think you can take it away. That's the problem now.
I don't
Because
think you
what's
can
going to
take it away.
happen is after VAR lead, like if you were to get rid of it, now you're going to have the call of like, if VAR were here, that would have been given.
Mhm.
Right. But I think they
So
can
it's so
refine it in
tough.
a way. I think they can refine it or at least
Well,
pull it
they
back
in
in
the
some way.
Prem, they're doing the semi-automated offsides.
Right.
So I think that might help.
Yeah.
It's but it's well the core phrase of VAR is is the on-field decision a clear and obvious error?
Hmm.
If you have to look at a monitor for more than a minute, it is not a clear and obvious error.
Or if you have to draw an imaginary line and you see his skin cell that fell off, you know, crossing that line.
His hair fell
Yeah.
and boom.
Right.
Like, well,
You know,
and for me personally, I'm actually okay with the line drawing on offside as long as they draw it right.
right.
Shout out to them not drawing the lines right. Arsenal Brentford last season, and it's literally curved. You can see it. Not salty. Anyways, but like as long as you draw, I'm okay with the offsides, like the inches thing. I'm personally okay with it because the rule's the rule. If you have a way to very clearly define that it's offside, I'm okay with that. But like things like being shoved in the face, like that's obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
I mean, Declan Rice gave away a penalty kick for Tottenham a couple weeks ago, and the ref didn't give the on-field decision when it was so obvious, and he had to go to VAR to overturn it.
Hmm.
Like Declan Rice kicked this man in the balls, and they didn't even give it originally. Then he had to go to VAR and check for
Right.
2 minutes and then see.
Yeah.
That's my biggest beef with VAR, bro. Is it always takes way too long.
Yeah.
That's how but like I said, that's how I knew that this one wasn't. Is because he like looked, he saw a movement, and he's like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I like how all the players just like huddled behind him. He's like,
No, literally, and they're supposed
back
to all get
up.
yellows. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't if you crowd the referee like that, you're supposed to get a yellow card.
Hmm.
That ref was taking no BS, by the way.
No,
Homie
he was
was
not. He was
angry.
not.
It's always the bald refs that suck. You know what I mean?
It
Yeah.
really is. It really
Shout out
is.
to the bald refs. F you guys.
You'd think they'd be able to think better because they have no hair.
Because they have no hair on their
Yeah.
head. Their brain has more room to breathe.
Yeah.
Well, Elijah mentioned that. He was the one. He's like, it's a bald ref, of course. It's like, oh, you're not wrong. I feel like always the worst refs are bald.
Hmm.
Sorry, bald people, but
It's your
just don't be
choice.
referees.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
sorry. Back on track.
Yeah.
So Alfonso Davies scores in the 69th minute,
Mhm.
and then some substitutions were made. We'll get into the Bayern Munich side in a second. Joselu scored the first goal off of Vinny's Jr.'s missed goal. That was saved by I can only remember his name.
Saved by Neuer,
Saved.
by the way. In case
Yeah.
for you audio listeners, I'm putting quotations up. Saved. Homie tried to catch it and it went through his arms.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So then Joselu got the rebound and kicked it in.
I've never heard Elijah so angry at a goalkeeper. And we've played FIFA with each other, and I've never heard him so angry at a goalkeeper. I just remember hearing like I was looking at the screen, I was like, oh my gosh. And I just hear Elijah like, Neuer, what are you doing? It was so bad.
Oh, jeez. And then this is where
Things get spicy.
things get a little spicy. So Joselu scored a goal, but both Rudiger and Joselu were both offsides. It went to VAR review and they ruled it a goal.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were both offsides. I don't know what they were looking at.
So I have been thinking about this now that we got the chance to go over this the second time.
Mhm.
I'm grateful, but now, so the rule is like, so let's say there's a 1v1 situation with a goalkeeper and an attacker. And if there's another attacker with that attacker, and it's basically like a 2-on-1 with the goalkeeper, you would think, well, it's like, well, the other guy's offside. No, he's not. He's not offside. He does have to be behind the ball if the ball is played to him. That's the offside rule in that scenario.
Hmm.
That's what they're calling for Yoselu's goal, is that because they were both in front of defenders like that, he's has to be behind the ball. However, in my opinion, it's a cross.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be judged as like a 1v1 situation.
Right.
It's a cross. He crosses it to an offside player for a goal.
Yeah.
So that's where my beef is like, well, I think when the ball is played to Rudiger, I think Rudiger's offside.
Mhm.
And then I think it shouldn't be called that way by the offside rule. So it's
Right.
just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Then
this is where the make it more spicy.
oh my gosh.
We just talked about this as well.
Right.
With Delit being onside, but was called for an offside.
Right. So
And this is why
Bayern
sorry.
literally had like it was a Hail Mary time.
Mhm.
They play the ball up the field. It gets to Thomas Mueller. Mueller plays it into Delict. Delict scores. They call it offside almost immediately, by the way. They call it offside because they claim that Delict was offside when the original ball to Mueller was played.
Mhm.
However, it has now been confirmed that that is not the case. First of all, you could see it on the TV. It was so obvious.
Hmm.
Second of all, well, Elijah had turned the game off by then, so I had to
Yeah.
tell him. But second of all, we just said that the sideline referee, admitted to Mateus Delict that he made a mistake. Like,
Right.
when is this going to stop, man?
Hmm.
And what makes me really upset is that the ref didn't even go to VAR for that one. He
It's
went to
because
VAR for the other ones, but he didn't go to VAR for that one.
it's because he blew the whistle and it stopped play and Madrid stopped playing. And even with the Bayern Munich too, is what
No,
I don't know. That's what the
they were
commentators were
very
saying.
clearly playing.
That's what the commentators were saying. But
Well, I mean, if you look at the way Madrid is defending, they're still playing.
yeah.
So
So yeah, and this is why I said earlier like this game should have gone to PKs. Is why I said that
yeah, I mean, I think bare minimum for sure.
bare
I mean,
minimum.
like I'm really frustrated about the second one. The
Hmm.
first one I'm frustrated, but it's like it's not anything that Madrid did. Like it or the ref did. Like Neuer literally spilled the ball right in front of the guy. So
Right.
like whatever. So yeah, I mean, like by that theory, bare minimum it should have gone to penalties. But this is how it goes.
Yeah.
And Girdle got it. Thomas, the coach. I don't know how to say his last name.
Thomas Tuchel.
Thank
Tuchel
you. Tuchel.
fired by
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a yellow card as well.
a good
Um,
riddance.
good riddance. But
I mean, I don't like Bayern for everybody
why
listening
why sub off Harry Kane,
and Jamal
Leroy
Musiala.
Sané? I mean, Musalia got hurt. Um, and then yeah, the substitutions. And Elijah said this when we were not recording.
Yeah, the first go
So
round.
first go
Yeah,
around.
the
Sorry,
first time.
Elijah.
Yeah.
I mean, when
Sorry,
you take
Elijah.
off, the thing is, Tuchel took off Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, Leroy Sané, all when it was like the 86th minute or something like that, and he
Hmm.
thought that they had won the game.
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are you doing? The thing for me is he didn't even really bring in defensive substitutions. He
Mm-mm.
still brought in Choupo-Moting, who's a striker. He did bring in Kim Min Jae, who almost scored, by the way. He hit the
Yeah.
cross. Um, but like you're not making substitutions that make sense. So it's just I don't know. It's frustrating, but again, Elijah, we know how this goes in football. What is the golden rule? Real Madrid will always win.
That's why they have what, 8 more Champions League titles than any other
And
club?
anyone else?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and they're probably gonna win another one.
Yeah.
Here's for the redemption arc for Dortmund.
Because
But
no team outside of Real has more than 6, right? Or is there one team that has 8? I feel like
I
there's
think
one
there's
team
an
that
I
has
think
8.
AC Milan has 8. No,
Does AC Milan have 8?
I'm pretty sure it's AC Milan who has, or is it Barca has a few. Barca has 6, I think, right?
Barca has 6.
You, Elijah, you look it up.
Let me see. Yeah.
But while you're doing that, let's move on to the finals June 1st. But anyways,
Yep.
NBA playoffs.
Okay. So
Okay. Hold on. I got it up.
go ahead.
So Real Madrid have 14.
Gotcha.
Next is AC Milan with 7.
7.
And then
Okay.
it's Liverpool and Bayern with 6. And then Barca with 5.
5. That's right. Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Ajax with 4. So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
That was peak Ajax era, though.
Hmm. They're okay. Me and Dad were talking about these yesterday real quick. The new kits,
Oh, holy crap, Elijah! I'm going to
atrocious.
send it to you. They
They're
have
atrocious.
one of their new kits is probably one of the ugliest kits I've ever seen for next season.
Bro, isn't that so crazy that Nottingham Forest have more Champions League titles than like most of the Prem?
Yes.
That's crazy.
All right. Anyways,
Anyways,
isn't
NBA
that
playoffs.
horrible, Elijah?
Ew.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah, in
some
case you're wondering,
6-year-old
everybody.
your green screen.
Yeah, Elijah, you show the screen. It looks like a 6-year-old got credit to just design it. Ugh, that's so bad.
Yep.
That's
Anyways.
Said yesterday.
NBA playoffs.
ugh.
Anyway,
Yes.
Solaire's got a right shoulder strain. He's on IL.
NBA playoffs.
Okay. OKC's up on Dallas 1-0. Timberwolves are up 2-0 on Denver. Boston is up on Cleveland 1-0. And then the Knicks are up 1-0 on the Pacers. So, most surprising series so far, Minnesota and Denver. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota's just clobbering them.
Yeah, I mean, they've won by 20 in each game.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
20 or more. I mean, didn't they win by like 26?
I believe so.
Something like that. I mean, the Timberwolves are so hot right now.
Hmm.
So it's pretty fun to see though. Like it's fun to see the new young teams be the best.
Right.
And so I think they might even I'm gonna say gentlemen sweep, so I think they'll win in 5.
Yeah.
OKC are really hot too. I think they might sweep Dallas.
Mm.
Um
I think,
maybe gentlemen sweep too, so 4 or 5.
yeah.
And then when you look at the East, I think the Celtics are just going to be too much for the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell needs help. Um,
Yep.
and then I think so. Pacers are up on the next one. I think
Knicks are
No,
up on the
Knicks
Pacers,
Knicks
Knicks are
one.
up. I think Knicks probably win that.
and they played today.
Maybe 5 or 6. I think the Knicks are pretty good.
Yep.
And then it'll be Knicks, Celtics, probably,
And
and
then Thunder,
OKC,
T-Wolves.
T Wolves.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, real quick.
Hmm.
Yes.
Ancelotti, statement came out. He said Bayern complained about the offside. Okay, so we complain about the canceled goal of Nacho because Kimmich died.
He was shoved in the face.
Literally.
You stupid Frenchman.
He's Italian.
He's
Stupid Italian.
he's actually Argentinian.
Stupid Argentinian.
Whatever he is.
Stupid guy.
Oh, he is
Uh,
Italian. He is Italian.
I was gonna say Ancelotti's not a
Ancelotti could be Italian though. Or sorry, not Italian. It could be Argentinian as well.
hmm. Whatever
But
the case.
whatever.
stupid.
So we're saying that Celtics gonna sweep Cleveland. Knicks is gonna do gentleman
I did
sweep.
not say
Well,
they're
who's
gonna
we?
sweep
Who's
Cleveland.
we?
Okay.
Who's
Whoa.
we?
I'll back up. I'll
Whoa.
back up. I will back up. I'm sorry. I will shut up. Go for it.
No, you say what you think, but
I
don't say
think
we.
I think Boston is gonna sweep. Sorry, Elijah. But and then everybody else is gonna gentleman sweep. My
Fair. I
pick.
think I think that OKC is gonna sweep. And I think that Denver is gonna get gentlemanly swept.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the Knicks will probably gentlemanly sweep. And I think the Boston Cleveland might go to 6. That'd be my guess.
Okay.
Okay.
But who knows? It's all about how they play in Cleveland. That's my
Mhm.
thinking. Like if they can get 1 in Cleveland, they might be able to get 2. But I don't. I think they're just. I think that Boston are too much for Cleveland.
So I'm gonna say gentlemen sweeps in the West. I'm gonna say the Knicks sweep the
Pacers.
Pacers. And because I saw a marble race on Twitter saying the Cavs win in 7, Cavs win in 7. So
Delusion.
hey, it's happened before.
I said this the first go around, by the way. But I think Boston's the best team in the league right now. But I think the Timberwolves are the hottest team in the league.
Definitely.
So I don't think I think it's all about momentum. So, but also we can't count out OKC. I mean, they're the number 1 seed, and they're probably going to have the MVP in SGA. So
Yep.
Yeah. But they also aren't very experienced in the playoffs. So
neither are the T Wolves, though.
I know.
That's
It's
why I think the Celtics long term might be the winners because they've been through this before.
right.
So, storylines. I guess we talked about the first go round. We talked about Jamal Murray and the little towel incident. Elijah, why don't you give us kind of your take from that?
I think it's overblown.
Yeah,
I think ESPN is just looking for something to
to do.
talk about.
Yeah,
And I know we kind of use this analogy, but like if LeBron did it, you had a different outlook on it than I
yeah, but you
did.
can say what you say.
But like if LeBron did it, they would be talking about. And by the way, I love LeBron.
Yeah,
He brought us that right there. So, but if he did that, people would just be talking about how passionate he is and like what are the Lakers doing wrong and
right.
all this stuff. But because it's Jamal Murray and he did it, they're talking about, oh, why is he not getting suspended? He should be suspended. This is egregious and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Right.
towel on hardwood floor.
It
Come
took
on.
5 seconds to pick it up.
Come on. No
Well,
one
and
got
that's
hurt.
why, yeah. Well, and I said the first go around, this is what we were just saying, is that I think I agree with Elijah that if LeBron would have done it, it would have been different. But I almost went the other way where it's like, I think there's so much hatred for LeBron around the league that I think it might have been even blown more out of proportion. But it still shows that there's an issue here of
Right.
like you're blowing things out of proportion.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
I know Zach is pretty much in favor with that it's just like it's being blown up too
Yeah.
much.
At first I said he should be suspended, but then I actually watched the towel get thrown. I was like, yeah, that should just be a fine. But
Or just get him ejected from the game. Like that's fine.
yeah, or
Whatever.
like give
It's
him
a
a
one game
yeah,
thing. Deal with it.
yeah, literally like
Well,
yeah.
I want to talk about this now because I thought we had an interesting conversation the first time about this.
Mm,
So Patrick Beverly, we kind of related it, but like so Patrick Beverly threw a ball at a fan,
after a fan
in
said
it was
something too.
Patriot, right?
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fan clearly said something that bothered him, and but then the fan like had tossed it to him, and he threw it back, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he threw it back. But I'm pretty sure that the fan had like tossed it to him and then he threw it back. Um, it's not the right way to handle a situation, but I think where we've gotten to the point in all of fandom in general, in all countries, all sports, I think fans are so entitled and believe that they get to say whatever they want just because they paid for a ticket.
Right.
And you know, a lot of times we go, "Oh, the players shouldn't react like that." They're a professional athlete. They're an adult, and it's like, yeah, these
Some of the
fans are
fans.
adults too. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. When Russell Westbrook was mistreated in Utah, now, thankfully, the Millers did something about it, and that one particular fan was banned for life
Yep.
based off of what he said to Russ.
It was
But
Thatcher, by the way.
it was me.
Just
Yeah.
want to let you know.
I just said I love him too much, and they're like, "Whoa, back
Yeah,
up."
yeah. He tried to get it. He tried to get a bit too frisky.
Yeah. No, but you look at these scenarios where it's like these players are being heckled, being treated really poorly, and the league doesn't do anything to the fans. They find the players because it looks bad on the league. And it's
Yep.
like, you know what looks bad on the league? Having racist fans.
Mm-hmm.
Having fans that say really awful things to people. And the funny thing is, if they just saw them on the street, they would never say that.
Right.
Prime example. I brought it up last time. Prime example. There was a couple that heckled Kevin Durant. I can't remember where it was. I'm sorry. I think it was Dallas, but I can't remember. Heckled KD as he's coming onto the court, called him a bitch or something like that. And he goes back and he's like, "What did you say?" Now, we all know KD's kind of soft, but
Right.
I think him calling the fans out does something. And he goes, "What did you say?" And they're like, "Oh, nothing, nothing. It was just banter. Like, by the way, I have a podcast. You want to come on?" He's like, "No, no, no. What did you say? You can't just feel like you have the right to say whatever you want."
Yeah, and be disrespectful towards a player.
Right. Because these players are human beings. They aren't just people on your television screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I think, I don't know. This is all to say that, like, I think the league not doing anything about Jamal Murray is just fine to me. And it sounds like there's some sort of, I think Zach sent it to our group chat that there's some sort of investigation going on with the Pat Bev thing.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Like, he didn't kill anyone. The fan didn't have to go to the hospital. Like, just chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a frustrated person taking out anger in a way that they probably shouldn't have, but
Well, especially when they're losing too. But
yeah, they're losing. The fan probably said something not cool, and you know, he got angry. But that's how everyone is. If I said something awful to Zach and he reacted and like threw something at me, I wouldn't think that it's all on him. I'd be like, "Well, I said something stupid."
mm-hmm.
It's just so arrogant, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Maybe the bald ref in today's Real Madrid game is Adam Silver.
Whoa,
Whoa. Hot take.
whoa,
Hot take.
dude. Nah, the bald ref had way too much muscle. Adam Silver literally looks like a living dead man.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom had never seen him before until I think we watched The Last Dance. And she was like, "Who is that guy?" And I was like, "Adam Silver. He's the commissioner of the NBA." She's like, "He looks gauntly. Oh my gosh." Adam Silver, you got to hit the gym, bro. Like, get something on you. Even your
Mhm.
face is like,
Yeah.
looks like Scream.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Last
Well,
thing, I'm just gonna give a quick update on hockey. Second round started on Tuesday. No, Monday. And then
wait,
Colorado
what are
is
we
up.
talking about?
Huh?
What are we talking about?
hockey real quick. I'm just
No,
gonna
but
go
like, oh, it's the playoffs. Never
it's
mind.
playoffs.
Okay.
Colorado's up 1-0 on the Stars. The Stars got to a hot start last night, and then they blew it in overtime. And then the Canucks and Oilers starts tonight for game one for us. Maybe yesterday for you guys when the episode comes out. Boston and Florida play tonight as well. So it'll be yesterday for you guys. And Boston is leading that series 1-0. And then the Rangers and the Hurricanes. The Rangers are up 2-0 on the Canes. So me and Thatcher were watching the overtime game yesterday. It's a double overtime, which is crazy. And then the lottery was yesterday. If you guys saw the pre-draft like percentages, it's literally the same order. San Jose got the first pick, and yeah, nothing surprising there. So, but that should do it for us. Anything else
Yeah.
you guys want to go over?
I think that's everything.
Mini camps have started for NFL, and then baseball is just kind of ongoing right now,
Yeah.
and we're not even halfway through the season yet. And my team is sucking ass. So
It's just as your predictions had stated.
yeah,
It's actually
That is
good for
true.
your outlook.
That is true.
literally.
Yeah.
And Jorge
Yeah.
Soler is on IL now. So
Oh man,
yeah.
Bummer.
that's a lot of money spent just to.
Just to be on IL, bruh.
Yep. And Chapman has the most errors in the league right now.
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
So all right. That will do it for us. We will catch you guys next week. Please follow our socials and everything. We try to post on there as best as we can. So, but enjoy your hockey and enjoy your basketball. And then we will catch you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Hopefully the weather lightens up here in Utah. I'm really hoping so. But we will catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Yeah.